get my best side. You're fine.
Yes, right? That's all that's important.
All right.
Breaking into the forensic career is not always a straightforward path. Education, qualifications, and determination do not guarantee the right opportunity will arrive immediately. Tonight's guest is Gail Meeker, and she's currently living that journey. She is working towards a career in forensics while negotiating and navigating the challenges of competing into such a hard topic. No, in such a hard field, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I have learned has been that all of us grew up watching CSI, NCIS, Criminal Minds, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we all were like, oh my gosh, I want to get into the field.
Absolutely.
And so I went to school, you went to school, you went to more school than I did, which is ironically hilarious. She has a master's degree.
I do.
I only have a bachelor's and 2 associates, but you know,
Yeah.
it's so the career, the degree doesn't really matter. It's the experience.
Yes.
But you need a job to get experience.
An experience to get a job.
There we go.
And it doesn't work. They want people with so much experience, but then how do you get experience in order to get a better job?
Yeah. And then how does one get experience in such a niche topic of crime scene or forensics?
Right.
Because it's not like you can have a skill from flipping burgers at McDonald's that's transferable into criminal investigations.
Right.
So how do you break into the field?
Yeah, that's the hard part is you have no idea how to break into this field unless you either know somebody, or you happen to luck out, or you've done some past work and even some volunteering, which is even hard to get into itself.
Yes.
So I've been instructed to try getting a hold of funeral homes and mortuaries, and they're just not taking volunteers. And they're saying, well, why don't you call this person? And I try and call, and I'm just getting ghosted. And it's just so hard to deal with it.
Yes. So before we talk about the challenges of getting into the field,
All right.
I would like to ask you, what is your hope of getting into the forensic field? What are you wanting to do?
I would love a job. I'm not sure if I'm going to be happy with the actual crime scene or if I want to be more in the lab, but I would love to do stuff like ballistics, or even, fingerprints. Okay. But, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of DNA. No, I am not a biologist. Can't do it. Won't do it. It's, to me, that's more of what I'd like to do because I have that chemistry lab background.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of comfortable in the lab, but I'd also love to do the crime scene and actually get evidence, and put what I've learned into a real job.
Yes. And I could see a lot of people don't even realize that the lab is kind of a separate entity.
Mm-hmm.
Most people just think crime scene. And I had to realize the hard way that you are in the lab as a crime scene investigator also.
Yes.
It really depends on the police department in which you work in.
It also depends on whether they're doing DNA analysis, if they're doing ballistics, if they're doing fingerprint. They have their own specialties.
They do.
And a lot of them don't do DNA.
Yeah.
You think that that's going to be a big deal. No, they ship it out.
Yep.
And that's fine by me. I don't mind, but it's you have to realize that you have to use the chain of custodies and all your practices that you've been taught. And it's just amazing what you have to do. And then all the backlog stuff is insane.
Oh my God, the backlog.
It is, and it's sorted perfectly. You just need the time and the manpower. And you don't have it. Yes, you don't have it.
And you'll never have it.
And I'm trying to give it to you.
But somehow you'll still never have it.
That's
Even
right.
when you get
That's
hired,
right.
You're still never going to have it. Somebody's going to quit as soon as you get hired. And you're like...
or retire.
Or retire.
Yes.
Or die at their desk. Because that's usually how CSIs work. We're like, it took so long for me to get in this job. I'll be damned if I give it up. They're gonna
That's
have to
right.
drag me up on my cold dead body. It's
And
that
do
serious.
forensics on me.
Exactly. Like, I'll investigate my own crime scene. I don't care.
That's right. I'll leave you plenty of stuff, you know.
Lots of evidence.
Yeah, that's
Lots of
right.
very confusing evidence. I'm gonna make my death very confusing.
Oh, make it
to solve.
interesting.
Yeah.
Make it interesting.
Yes, for sure.
You don't die interesting, we don't want it, you know?
Exactly.
It's like, okay.
Or in the Bermuda Triangle of the bathroom, which so CSIs call the little area in your bathroom between your toilet, the wall, and the tub. The Bermuda Triangle of the bathroom.
Okay.
Because if somebody dies on the toilet, that's inevitably where they go. And then you, as the CSI, are only there as soon as they get into rigor mortis.
Oh.
And it's like pulling teeth trying to get them out of this Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, my goodness.
Area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can
So
imagine.
It gets very interesting.
Oh.
You start realizing how, like, as a CSI or even anybody in the death field, you will start driving by where your scenes are. Be like, someone died there. Somebody died there. Hey, do you know somebody died there? And then everybody around you is like, please shut up. Please, dear God, shut up. I don't care that somebody got stabbed there. Like, I really don't.
Yeah, but that's what I remember about that place.
And then it was in the dark.
It's like a landmark.
Yeah, it's like a historical landmark, or hysterical landmark, as I like to call them.
Oh,
So a lot of people don't realize that the lab is a little bit, it can be its own entity, but a lot of the times, depending on the size of the police department, it's actually part of your job.
Yes.
There were so many things that I did as a crime scene investigator that I never would have thought I would have ever done.
Yep.
Do you know you hack into cell phones for a living?
I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
There's a whole digital forensics too.
There is.
So you
and it's
can't-
brand new.
Yes, and you can't even go in with just a forensics degree. It has to be digital forensics. And that, you know, is like a hot commodity right now.
It is.
So if you haven't had any digital training, you don't have any idea what you're getting into. So,
and then police departments won't train you. Well, okay, they will.
Some will.
Some will.
Well, ish.
Ish. A lot of the times, CSIs are grouped in with detectives.
Yes.
In the budget.
Oh, yeah.
And so who does the budget go to?
Gotta love the budget.
Detectives. It doesn't ever go to CSIs.
No, it
even though
doesn't.
we're the ones that need the updated, science is ever changing. There's new rules, there's new regulations almost every 6 weeks, apparently.
Yeah. With all the technology advancements, you know, and then criminals want to be a little bit smarter, and then, you know, they figure out ways to, you know, sidestep things, and then you have to find a way to get around it and find those guys. And
yeah.
I
did not realize that hacking into cell phones was part of it. And then especially for child porn cases.
Oh.
I'm sitting there as a CSI going, I have 3 college degrees. Why is it my job to sit here and go through 50,000 photos of different various human nether regions trying to find a child's?
Oh. Okay, yeah, that one's, whoa, a little deep.
Little deep.
Yeah, that would give you some nightmares.
But that's part of the job
Yeah.
that you're wanting to sign up for.
Oh, boy.
Is that part of it?
And they don't teach you that in school.
They don't. And that's why
They don't.
They really don't. They're like, oh, you just go catch the bad guys. You collect the evidence. You take your photographs. You document. And
it doesn't take just like an hour on TV. It
Thank you.
doesn't.
Thank you.
It's going to take you months. I
And
mean, you're going to
years.
be on a crime scene for hours.
Yes.
You're going to be dealing with evidence for hours. And then you have to wait for the testing to be done. Then you have to ship stuff up, wait for them to do it, and get shipped stuff back. And with the court systems as well, you're talking at least 2 years before you're even getting to trial.
And you better hope your report is good.
Yes.
Because CPTSD causes memory loss.
Mm-hmm.
And so 3 years, what did you do today 3 years ago?
Have no clue.
Well, you better have a detailed report.
I better have some notes.
And some defense attorney somewhere is going to go, well, why did you breathe?
Yeah.
And he's going to try to trip you up on everything.
Yeah.
The craziest
Why did you not wear blue instead of gray?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's part of the uniform, man. I just woke up. But like defense attorneys will try to trip you up as a crime scene investigator, which I was like, I thought we were all kind of on the same team.
No. They say in my training, in my schooling, that the defense will come after you and try and pick your story apart anywhere they can. You have to have something solid.
They will attack you personally.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
They will ask you where you went to school, how you were trained, how do you know certain things?
Yes.
And you're like, oh,
how are you defined as an expert?
Yeah, because technically you're an SME, subject matter expert. And so they want to make sure you have all the qualifications. And they will pick you, Gail, apart, not the CSI Gail.
Yeah, your
They'll
credentials.
Pick you apart.
How long have you been doing this? Yeah, it's going to be very scary getting into the court the first time.
Terrifying.
Yes.
But then also kind of comical, because defense attorneys will come up with the most wildest things. So I nickname all of my crime scenes.
Yes.
One for privacy reasons for my victims, but also to kind of save me mentally, because I don't want to remember that these were actual humans.
Right.
Sorry guys, this may be grotesque, but I had a case named Hammerhead Lady.
Yes.
So you can guess what happened to that poor woman.
Yes.
And with the hammer, you have cast off because you're going up and down with your hammer.
Yep.
So cast off is the blood that comes off of your weapon and goes wherever it goes.
Ceiling, floor, walls, bed, wherever you're at.
Yeah, wherever your arm goes, it goes.
Yep.
And so usually it's in a straight line for the most part. And I had a defense attorney try to sit there and go, is it safe to say that the flies from the body landed on the ceiling and that's how the blood got there and it wasn't cast off? And I was like, I mean,
are you kidding me?
I was like, technically, I guess a fly could technically land in blood and then take that blood somewhere else. So it's not unreasonable, but all the flies landing in a straight line over and over again.
They were trained flies.
Oh, like apparently they were circus flies. I don't know.
She had having the little circus fleas that you couldn't see, They escaped and went, oh, let's do this. It's a marching line.
Yes. And so I'm sitting there for like 10 minutes having to defend the fact that he was like, well, how do you know? And I'm like, bloodstain pattern analysis.
Yes.
I'm like, I got trained. Here's my certification. Here's my certification that I did bloodstain pattern analysis. And they don't
understand what kind of training you've had. When you're explaining this stuff, you have to bring it down to, just layman's terms.
You do.
And you try and explain it because, your judge, your jury, your attorneys have no idea of the scientific background.
None.
So, you trying to explain this, it's like, okay, but you do not understand this. I have gone through this. You need to understand this.
Yes.
And that's a hard one.
And trying to get them to back off of you in order to explain to them, like, hey, I'm dumbing it down. Do you know, as a CSI, you have to know what cyanoacrylate ester is?
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
Not really.
That's okay. It's super glue.
Perfect. I like it.
I hate it. Because you're sitting there going, okay, I have to know the actual terminology for super glue, because if you fume anything, you have to explain the process of how you got a fingerprint off of something that you used super glue for. But then what is super glue?
Yeah.
Well, shit. You're going to be tripped up on the stand going, super glue?
Yeah. And that's going to be the time you don't remember it. And you're going to be like, I can spit it up any other time.
If you would have asked me on a random Tuesday, I would have had it.
Yeah. I would tell you this sideways. And you're like, let me get back to that.
Yes. But you have to learn little nuances like that, unfortunately. And that's not something that's ever taught in school, because it's just photograph, document, collect, preserve, standard. But I'm like, what happens in between? Because that's all black and white. Yeah. And crime scenes are very much gray area. I have never worked the same crime scene twice.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, thank goodness.
I would hope not, man. You have a serial killer. Oh, God. Don't do it.
Yeah. But you treat every case differently. And so it's like you have this foundational training of schooling, of books and knowledge, and then you get out into the real world and you're like, wait a minute, none of this fits within my book and my repertoire here.
Absolutely.
And so I had to learn to stop getting background information
Mhm.
from the officer. So you arrive on scene, and I used to be like, what do we got? And then they go, oh, well, so-and-so and so-and-so and this and
then
that.
you've got
and
bias, and then you've got, it's skewing your possible
judgment.
results. Yep.
Yes.
You're in trouble.
Yes.
Yep. Don't go in. Don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Just do
The
your
only thing I do is I will act like, because you'll get a deceased person call.
thing.
And then you're like, okay, well, I have different things I can bring in depending on how the person is deceased.
Right.
And so the only thing I would ever ask an officer is, what is the manner? In
okay.
So is it a hanging? That means I need to bring other equipment. Is it a stabbing? I need to bring other equipment. Is it a shooting? I need to bring other equipment.
Okay.
And so at that point, that's all you need is, what is the manner? Like, how did they go?
Okay.
Or like, what is the actual scene? I don't care about whose mom's goldfish brother did it. I don't care, because that's going to skew your bias, and then you're going to miss evidence that is crucial. And then years later, that evidence that was crucial is now coming up on trial going, why didn't you do this?
Okay. Now this was brought up. I did an interview, and this was brought up as going into a crime scene. They mentioned either you're a person that takes a bite out of the apple and just kind of goes with it, or you make a list. So is there a preferable way of doing a crime scene, or is it completely up to the person? I think I'm a mixture of the two.
I'm a mixture of the two. So I always have a running list in my head.
Right.
So like you have to photograph a body. Right. And so there's certain photographs you need.
Yes. You have to start outward and then go inward, which is what you're taught. Yes.
However, if you stick strictly to the list, you will miss something.
Yes. And that's, you're kind of going, okay, well, I could do it this way, but then I need to, adjust it here. I can't be like solid list.
Yeah.
It would be nice,
it
but
would be fantastic.
I mean, crimes are never perfect.
And if every single crime scene you worked fit in that list, something's wrong. You have a serial killer on your hands.
Yeah.
Because
that's true.
Crime scene is the exact same.
Yes.
No matter what you do.
Yeah. Okay.
You could have a shooting one day and then be called the next day to a shooting, and you're like, okay, cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Completely different.
Oh, yeah.
You have no idea how to handle it now.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, it's an AK-47 versus, a 40
you get a shotgun. You've got stuff everywhere.
Yeah. And so I personally like to have a background list, is what I call it.
Yeah.
A kind of a running total of, okay, have I done that? Have I done that? Sure. And then before I leave, I will look at the scene again and be like, is there anything I missed? Yeah. I will constantly go back over my scenes.
Oh, yeah.
So I process things a little bit different. So you obviously with your schooling, but for those who may not know, there is a routine of taking evidence, of taking photographs.
Right.
You have the overall, you have the mid-range, and you have the close-ups.
Yep.
Well, they teach you to do that, and that's fantastic.
Oh, yes, they do.
I do it multiple times.
Yes.
Multiple different ways.
Oh, I'm sure.
And so what I'll do is arrive at the scene, and without disturbing anything.
Oh, of course.
I will take my
your
far-offs, mid-range, and close-ups.
Yep.
And then I will put my evidence markers down and do it again from start to finish.
Yes. And then you've got, your scales you got to do. Yeah. And you've got all that stuff, and then you've got to collect the evidence and make it better, and make sure it's packaged correctly, and
that
packaged correctly.
If I see more people put stuff in plastic, I'm gonna have a come apart.
Oh no, that's not a good thing.
I see it all the time on TV, and this is why I don't watch TV shows anymore, because I scream that TV like CSI and stuff, like I'm a man watching football.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are you doing? I've been watching Psych because I found out I'm basically the guy from Psych.
Okay, yeah.
Where I'm like so hyper in tune with everything that I'm basically psychic.
Oh yeah,
nobody
there you
believes
go.
me, which is fine.
Yeah.
But like I've been yelling at their crime scene photography and stuff. I'm like, why for all this blood is there like 6 evidence markers? Like, what are you doing? Or they're like packaging stuff in plastic, and I'm like, you're killing the fingerprints.
Yeah. I'm like, that was actually a question in my interview. It's like, how would you package something with blood on it? And, say it was like a shirt. And I'm like, I said, if you want to put it in, I said, to your container, which is going to be a paper bag, I said, you're going to put paper in between as you fold it, because that way it doesn't get transferred to other parts. You learn that in school. That's perfect. And it's just like, okay, a paper bag, you make sure it's sealed, you follow your protocols. There you go. And then you try and get to it where it's dry, and you want to get that. I get that. That's, when they, whip out plastic bags. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you want to put a knife in a plastic bag. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's just going to cut right through the plastic bag, guys.
It's just like,
can we get a knife box? That's what they're for.
Yes.
So we can zip tie the knife safely in there, and you're not picking up the plastic bag and then all of a sudden the knife drops out onto your foot.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of my favorite things is having officers work crime scenes, because some departments don't have a big enough crime scene unit, may not have a crime scene unit at all, or their crime scene unit is old cops that are trying to retire out and haven't been trained.
Oh, yeah.
And so they just think they know things when they don't know things, which I'm not hating on anybody. But the next officer that tells me, I know you can fingerprint this rock, I saw it on CSI, I'm going to punch him with the rock. I was like, what are you doing? The rock was used to break the window, so they had to have grabbed it and chunked it. Well, so their fingerprints have to be on it, right?
Not necessarily, but you know how hard it is to lift one of those things. That ain't gonna happen, dude.
The way that fingerprints work is it's all about the ridges, and if it's on a stronger texture than what your fingerprints are, you pick up the main texture.
Yeah, it's gonna be an awful big blur, and you're gonna be like, I'm getting nothing.
Yeah. And I could have told you that, and I just wasted my time telling you that I got nothing when I'm like, here, got nothing.
Yeah, I got zip, man.
Yes.
Wish I could help, but here you go.
Yes.
So
you've been going through a lot of interviews.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that the questions have probably changed massively since I went through.
Okay.
Maybe. Who knows?
I'm sure.
So what are some of the questions that they've asked that have like either you didn't know or have completely blown your mind?
Oh, I'm going to try and see. They aren't really asking a lot of questions about the job. What you know about forensics, about collecting evidence. Some throw like one, maybe two in there, but it's going to be a lot of HR, standardized questions about stuff. The one that I think I'm totally screwing up is they ask me, how do you handle stress?
That's wild.
Yeah, they're asking me, how do I handle stress?
For a police department that doesn't even offer support, that's funny. Sorry.
Well, I don't know if I have to tell them how I cope or how in general it needs to be done. I'm basically saying, hey, if you're on the scene and you're getting overwhelmed, you take a break, count to 10, 20, whatever it takes, go out, take a breath, take a couple minutes, come back in, do your job. You have to do this. Or if it's at the end of your shift, I get in the car, you blare the music, you ride home, you jam out.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like it's the right answer.
Because there's no right answer.
Because I'm going, they were like, well, how do you handle stress? What kind of stress are you talking about?
They're trying to see if you were going to go home and start drinking. I don't, there is no right answer to that. That's so subliminal.
That's the hard part. It's like, I'm telling you what I would do, and if I need to like zone out and go get a massage, oh, heck, that's like the best thing ever.
That'd be great.
That's awesome for stress. But I don't know what to tell them. It doesn't seem like I can find the right answer to tell them. And I'm always like, am I wrong? I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I don't know what to do.
That's such a wild question because everybody's different on that.
Yes.
And then you answered similar to how I would
I
answer.
understand it's going to be a high stress job. Yeah. I understand that going in. But how do I cope with it? Oh, well, I haven't been on a crime scene yet. I couldn't tell you exactly how I want to cope with this. So that's a big one. And then with me being later on in years and trying to do a career change, I was asked how I got along with younger people. And I'm going,
That's such a wild question.
I was like, what? I'm like, what do you think I'm going to do? Have a problem with them? Like, they're here. They're at the job. They have more experience than I do. I'm going to take direction from them. I'm okay with that. Are they okay with trying to teach an older person? I hope so. It works both ways.
Yeah.
You know, I have no problem, you know, with them.
Yeah.
You know, they may have a different lifestyle than I do. It's going to be everywhere that happens. You can be the same age and it still happens. I don't know what to tell you.
I firmly believe that question may be a little hint to how single this job needs to be. So this job is more for young people without families, without kids, without husbands.
Okay.
You're on call 24/7. I've been at the middle of a grocery store shopping, and I've had to abandon my buggy.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like going to the cashier like, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm so sorry.
I'm just called in the way.
I've got 2 phones like a drug dealer. I'm not a girl. And so like, I'm like, because you had to respond to a crime scene within 30 minutes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because people aren't going to wait on you.
No.
You're going to be like, oh, just let me finish this, take it home, put it away, and then I'll come to this.
Let me get changed. Let me brush my teeth. Let me put on some makeup.
No.
You've got 30 minutes from phone call to get to ask and see it.
Yeah.
At crime scene.
Yes.
To get
Hopefully. You know, that's ideal.
Yeah. In an ideal world.
Yes.
Sometimes, depending on the department, depending on size, they may be a little bit more lax. So this is kind of broad.
Yeah.
But about less than an hour to respond to a crime
definitely
scene.
less than an hour.
Yeah. And so they are maybe asking questions like that of like, okay, how serious are you in the field? And then 2, do you already have kids? Do you have a husband? Are you going to have to try to find childcare in order to get to a crime scene?
Oh yeah.
I've had a coworker who was, because obviously if a crime pops off, it doesn't matter that your kid has got to go to school at 7 a.m.
Yes.
And so she's complaining and whining, and all of a sudden the crime scene isn't getting handled the way that it needs to because she's got prior responsibilities.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm over here without kids. I'm taking on all the holidays because I want you to be able to be at home with your kids for Christmas and Thanksgiving. And so there may be some animosity and resentment that could come up between coworkers of different age brackets.
And that's something else that is now more prominent is, you know, a lot of people want more home time. You know, they don't want to be jumping out for this job. They're just like, no, I don't want to drop everything. And, you know, I want this home life balance. Well, you know what you're signing up for.
That ain't a thing in crime scene.
You know what you're signing up for. You're in this. So, you know, you have to make these, I don't want to say sacrifices, but, you know, exceptions to the rule.
Yeah. But then how many exceptions to the rule can you make as an individual before it's too much for you?
Right.
Even though this was your dream job, this is what you've been to school for, this is what you've trained for, this was the moment of your life.
Yeah.
That you're like, I want this, and then you get there and you're like, shit, I don't want this. This isn't.
Yeah, I don't want this, man. This is not for me. I don't. What was I thinking? I don't know.
I thought I could handle it. Like out of all the people. So my sister was murdered when I was a child.
Yes.
I was 7 years old when I was standing over her casket. By 11, I'm seeing all of the autopsy photos, the crime scene photos, the blood, the gore, the guts, all of it, unedited. And I'm sprawled out on my mom's floor in her closet. She told me not to go in there, but I was nosy. So this is not a dig at my mother.
Don't do this, but you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, not a dig at my mom. It was just she told me not to go in there, and I was nosy, and I went in there and found the things. Of course. And then I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And my mom is trying to handle this the best way she can.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she knows
I mean, you're 11.
I'm 11. And I'm going, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And so as a mom, you're going, how the hell do I handle this? And so my mom goes, do you know who this is?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's my sister. And it was that moment that I realized if I can handle seeing this with somebody I knew and I loved.
I was going to say up close and personal.
Yeah. Then I could handle seeing it with strangers.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, from 7 to 11 years old, I was like, I'm going to become a crime scene investigator.
But even now, back when I was in school, this was not a topic.
Yeah.
This was not a topic I dealt in high school. There was not a topic in college about this. It is now grown with all the CFI and the NCIS and, Bones and all these other TV shows, the true crimes, finding all this stuff. It's grown knowledge-wise, but it wasn't a subject back then.
It's almost still not a subject in certain areas because you're sitting there going, all right, DNA is so brand new when you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because the O.J. Simpson case got screwed over because DNA was just now kind of maybe becoming a thing.
Yeah.
And so there's still issues where the courts don't believe some of the science because the science is so new.
That's right. They just don't believe it. They're like, well, prove it. See the numbers. This is what I tell you. See the numbers.
Yeah. The proof is right here in the evidence.
Yes,
I'm giving it to you.
This is what I got. I'm like, I can't prove it any more than this.
And with the advancements in technology and advancements in science, you're having to now explain your job to lawyers. Like there's it's called Faro or Leica. It's same premise, different companies. It is a 3D scanner.
Yeah.
And you can basically, have you ever gone on realtor.com and panned through the house and hit those little buttons?
Yep. The
Same
little
thing.
arrows.
Yes.
Yep.
Same thing, but for crime scenes. So bigger scale.
Yes.
You can do all the scans and then you have to go into the back end and put all the scans together to where then you can walk through the crime scene.
Yeah.
And then you're having to explain to them that, hey, I can also take measurements.
Yes.
From point A to point B using this.
Which is really cool.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
But they want the physical scale with your camera also.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, but technology says I can just do this and it's to the T.
Yeah. Did you see a laser measurement?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna sit there and say, oh no, you're off by about 1.5 inches.
Exactly. Because your human eye is better than technology.
Yes.
And so you're having to then explain to them how this system works. And you're like, I'm just a CSI, man. I'm just here to collect the evidence, take the photos, and take my ass home. Yeah. And here I am having to explain to people who have way more knowledge than me how this works. And I'm like, hey, why don't you ask the creator of it? I don't know how it works.
That's right.
I'm just here to push the buttons, man.
That's right.
And so you have to, as a CSI, you have to actually learn not only what to do on the scene, you have to know what to do behind the scenes. You have to look for evidence that is there. You have to look for evidence that isn't there.
This is stuff that isn't brought up in school.
No.
It's not. So this is where all these companies and departments want the experience, and if you look at these job postings and listings, they want 2-3 years of experience for an entry level. And I'm going, how
do you become entry level with experience?
Do you do this? I need the experience to get your job. And as I pointed out to you the other day, I applied for a job and, did the whole resume thing. And now you've got to get past the AI stuff. Humans are not seeing your resume until later. You have to get past it. And I turned a job offer in. 3 hours later, I get the Dear John letter.
Yeah.
How?
No human saw that.
No, I didn't get past the AI.
No.
And I can't go back in and reapply for it because I tried doing that today. And they're like, no, you can't apply for it for another month.
Yeah.
It's not going to be there in another month. I can't do this. This is insane.
I remember, so back when I was a CSI, it was a few years ago, AI wasn't that big yet.
Right.
And so we actually got to see the people apply.
Yes.
And I had a stack this big of resumes.
Yes.
There was at least 250 people.
Oh, yeah.
Just for this one position.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. And they all had bachelor's degrees, master's degrees. They all had incredible schooling. And I was tasked with finding the ones that had experience. And then I was going to my boss going, okay, well, what do you classify as experience?
Right.
Because for me, I had dispatch because
Mhm.
I knew about the whole experience
Mhm.
thing. I'd applied internationally for jobs.
Yes.
I flew to Vegas for an interview. I drove to Iowa for an interview. I'm
Oh
from
my
Dallas,
gosh.
man.
Wow.
And I'm like, so like I took it completely national.
Oh, yeah.
I was applying for thousands, hundreds of thousands of jobs to
Oh,
be
yeah.
a CSI.
Oh yeah.
And that's when I learned, I was like, oh, the experience things matters.
Oh yeah.
And I got stuck.
But
Yes.
the experience isn't, they're just looking for crime scene. I've got 15 plus years in a chemistry lab. To me, that's experience.
That's very much experience.
There is a lot of chemistry that you have to do with forensics sometimes. That's experience to me. I have been out in the world. I have been with different companies, and I'm not sticking around just for like a year or two and then leaving. I am staying,
Yeah.
Until other things, have to come up, life changes and
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. But to me, that's, something that's experience. I know it's not forensic experience, but it's telling you, hey, I've been out in the workforce.
Yeah.
I'm a team player. I know how to do this. They're like, how do you work as a team? How do you work individually? Do you work better in a team? Do you work better individually? Well, I'm not going to tell you I'm not working with a team. That's going to kill it.
As a CSI,
come
you
on.
basically work by yourself anyway. The detectives don't do shit.
And it depends, And then I think the one that got me was, if you're on a scene, and the detective that's there wants you to do something that's not protocol. Do you do it? I'm like, well, if it's not my protocol, no. I'm like, well, how do you tell them? No. No, I can't do this because if I do this, my name is on the line.
Yeah.
I don't want my name on the line. I like my job.
Yeah.
I'm
a nosy ass bitch, though. I'm gonna ask why.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably what I end up doing too. But
if you're gonna ask me to do something, I want to know the logic behind it.
yeah, is there something I have to deal with? Is there a reason you want me to do this?
Because sometimes, now what's interesting about that question is sometimes detectives may know a little bit more about behind the scenes than you do.
Okay.
And so I will go in and I will put down what I think is evidence, and I'll put down my evidence markers. Before I start taking more photographs, I will go back to my detectives and be like, hey, this is what I think.
Okay.
What do you see?
Okay.
And that one, it kind of relinquishes, it strokes their little egos. No offense to the detectives watching.
Yeah.
But it strokes their ego. But then two, they may know a little bit more than I do. And because we didn't.
And they're going to
confirm
have
at
the
beginning.
experience. Yes.
Yes.
I get that too.
Yeah. So I will do that. And then once I collect the evidence that's visible, then we'll start searching as a team.
Yeah. Okay.
And then at that point, they'll be like, oh, I want this as evidence. I want that as evidence. Or no, that's not important anymore. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But if they were to ask something that isn't necessarily within your field of expertise, I'm asking why for sure. Because I'm like, hey, my name is on it and I have to be damn sure that I'm okay with what my name is on.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask you why, what's your logic behind it? Because you may know a little bit more about something than I do. And I don't want to be, I know it all. I'm the CSI. It's my scene. Fuck off.
Right. Yeah.
We got to be a team
and
player.
With being a newbie, doing that job, I wouldn't know this.
Yeah.
And then there could be feathers ruffled, and detectives aren't working with
feathers, it's over.
Yeah, you just don't want to do that, and how much does it come back to you? I don't know. We don't know this.
Yeah.
It's just part of the on-site training that you are going to get. But I don't have that.
So here's the interesting part.
Okay.
And I don't want to say that my avenue is the only way.
Oh, no.
But it is the way that has proven to work since I do have, my badge on my arm.
Yeah.
And lots of photos and PTSD to prove that I was there.
Nicknames and everything else.
Yeah. You can find me on the news carrying somebody's leg at some point, and it's great. But I did not have forensic experience.
Yeah.
I did not have chemistry experience. I simply got in. I knew where I wanted to go.
Yes.
And I started off in dispatch.
Yes.
Hated it. It takes a special kind of person to do dispatch. I am not that special. Power to the dispatchers.
I've got
you.
that. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you to those who did it. I heard somebody die a few times and I'm like, nope, I'm done. I can do the
I can go in afterwards.
Yeah. I do.
They gotta be dead first before I'll deal with them.
Dead people don't talk back. It's easy.
It's true.
I mean, they tell tales, but
As long as they die interesting, you're okay.
Exactly. And then after I left dispatch, I ended up working at the county jail as a CO. Hated it.
Yeah.
But I knew it was experience.
Yes.
They want law enforcement experience.
Yeah. And that's the hard part.
Yeah. They don't care that it's forensic. They don't care that it's bodies. They don't care that it's science.
And
they want to make sure you're a team player in law enforcement.
Some of these places, if they do have sworn in forensics, you have to do some patrol work.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I am not signed up for this. I do not want to do that. And I know I don't want to do that. So I'm going to draw the line there.
Yeah. The nice part about that is going away.
Yes. Yes. So a lot of it is coming civilian.
It has always been, crime scene was, okay, you work as a beat cop for your years and you're gonna retire. So you want to retire into the cushy job of CSI.
Yeah.
Then they started realizing, oh shit, we're paying somebody $100,000 or more who doesn't even have any lick of knowledge in how to actually physically do the science, do the trigonometry. There's a lot of fucking math involved in crime scene. By the way, I hate it. I thought it was science. I suck at math. I'm over here having to do.
So you never went in and got a science degree because you suck at math.
Yeah. That's why I was like, criminal justice for forensic science minor.
Okay,
got me there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, cool. I had no idea how much trigonometry and calculus and shit was involved in this. I'm like, oh my, what did I sign up for? I'm over here having to figure out the shooting reconstruction, and it's all math. Bloodstain pattern analysis, all math.
All math.
And then that's bloodstain pattern analysis is adjunct science because courts don't want to believe in the math and the science. And they're like, oh, it's just whatever. I'm like, okay, but it's also physics too.
Yeah, I was going to say
fluid physics.
I mean, what do you think it's going to do? Just go blit? No, it's going to go everywhere.
And there's directionality, and you can tell the direction of the tail and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, blood droppings, the way things go, how far they were from the floor.
You can figure out the height of a suspect.
That's right.
From it.
Yeah, that's insane. It's great, but it's insane.
It is. But then you're having to justify why that's relevant.
Yes.
And so they realized that, okay, well, we could start paying civilians a hell of a lot cheaper. Mind you, crime scene, you'll never make money.
No, you will not.
Never. Ever. If you're in this job to make money, get out.
No, you need to go someplace else.
You can make more elsewhere, I promise you. But then they realized that they could pay us less as civilians, and we have more knowledge.
Yes.
And so slowly they're transitioning away from all the old heads starting to retire and die off, and then it will all be civilian. But that just means it's more cutthroat.
Yes.
Because then you got all the civilians.
You got all these people trying to come in for this one job.
Yes.
And that's very scary.
Yes.
There was one, I actually had to take a test before even getting an interview. And there were 3 days that you could pick up from testing. And even on that third day, there were still 16 other people in the room with me. And I'm going, I don't even want to know how many other were in the other two.
Yeah.
This is insane for one position.
Yes.
One. I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. This is, oh my goodness. And this was before interviews. How do you know what we know from just that? I mean, that's all basics, but
I remember taking a test that it wasn't basics.
Yeah.
There was like straight up trigonometry in there. And it was like Bloodstain 101. And I was like, I've never even had Bloodstain. I've never even seen Bloodstains as a CSI. What do you mean I'm supposed to know the trigonometry already?
Yeah.
And so the tests are to weed out people, even great candidates, and that's the sad part.
And there was actually a great article that I saw the other day, and it was basically somebody who this person had applied, and they were shot down, He applied again, shot down again, applied again on the third time. The guy decided to interview him, ended up hiring him. I'm like, how can you not you get kicked out with AI or something and you're still applying?
Yeah.
You're missing people. You're missing that great quality of what it is. And I actually did apply once where they had the option of, do I want my application looked at from a human?
Yes.
And I'm like, yes,
please.
Yes, check. Yes, please. I don't want to deal with this AI stuff. And you have to customize resumes for every single job. And then if you don't tweak it after you've AI tweaked it, they're going to kick it off.
Yeah.
And it's insane. I'm like, whatever happened to just putting out your resume?
Whatever happened to saying, hey, here's my paper resume. Do you have a job? Can I get a job application?
Yes.
Are you hiring?
Yes. Are you hiring?
As opposed to going into a place going, are you hiring? I don't know. Check online.
Yes.
Don't tell me that.
I've checked online. It's not helping.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
and
why
then
I'm here.
there's nobody to contact to ask about this.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's, you know, and I even went today looking more at a private sector. And I found one that's close to where I live. And I just emailed them. And I'm like, look, I'm looking for something.
Yeah.
Please, you know, if you are looking for something, I will send you my resume. But please, I'm trying to get into this.
Yes.
And, you know, I just did this today, so I don't expect to hear back for a couple of days. So it's just, you know, you're grasping at straws.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't depend on LinkedIn or Indeed or Glassdoor or all this other stuff because other people are doing this.
Yes.
And there's so many rules. And then do you do this? And then do you do this? Like, I don't know.
And then it's hard to even find crime scene jobs on your regular LinkedIn, Indeed, and stuff like that.
Yes.
So you're having to go rely on other CSIs that have made their own websites.
Yes.
That then go find all the jobs.
Yes.
And put it together. And it's all like all the states, which is fantastic. But you're like, okay, you can't even just look up Indeed anymore.
Yes.
Because it's so specialized.
Now, I did sign up with a group on Facebook that does list some opportunities.
I think I saw you on that group.
And it's like, okay, where are we? Okay, is there anything near me that I would like to stay with? You know, sometimes it pops up. Sometimes I already know about it.
Yeah.
You know, so
sometimes you've already applied.
Yeah, you've already applied, been rejected. Yeah. It's like, okay. You know, I saw the Frisco one just yesterday, and I'm like, I applied. I've been Dear John.
Yeah, within hours.
Within hours. So you know, it's horrible.
Yeah.
You know, to find this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you think, you know, I could get into this and it would be great, and
especially
I can make the
master's degree
shift into this, and it's just defeating.
Yes.
It is severely defeating.
They're just preparing you for the job.
Yeah.
Sorry, bad joke.
No, I get it. I you know, I always tell people about my job, and you know, there are great things about it, and there's just really sucky things about it. And I know that's great with every job, but you know, when the sucky things start outweighing the good things,
it's time to go.
Sometimes it's, you know, okay, you know, it's just, but then you find a different passion also.
Yeah.
You know, I did that. You know, I wanted to do a change of, you know, from chemistry to forensics because I applied for a job, you know, when I still had my chemistry degree and didn't have anything in forensics.
Yeah.
Applied for a job, you know, obviously got turned down. And I was like, this is cool. I want to do this.
Yeah.
This is a direction I want to go. How do I do this?
Yeah.
You know, there's certification, there's different agencies out there. There's, you know, but you can't get into half of them until you have a forensic job.
Yeah.
You know, they won't take it, and they're like, "Oh, you don't have a position." Oh, that doesn't help.
Yeah, well, I immediately ask you what police department you work for.
Yeah.
What's
your?
Shit.
Yeah,
I don't.
When
I want the certification. I want to be able to go. To
I want to say that I'm a part of this.
Yes.
You know, I'm okay. You know,
but you have to be a part of it in order to be a part of it.
Right. You know, even with, you know, American Chemical Society, you have to have a job in the chemical world in order to be a part of, you know, ACS. Oh, okay, great. You know, it's just one of those things that you just can't.
You can't break into.
You try to do, and it's like, okay, I'm trying to go here, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. And then I know I've talked to some people. Contacts can be wonderful, but then it's also, you have that glimmer of hope, and then they kind of forget about you because they have lives of their own.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of that too. They've brought up citizens academies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do the city county? Do you do this? I've done both. And they're like, you're doing everything right. Why don't I have a job?
That's my question.
Help me out here. Why do I not have a job?
Yeah.
And it's great to learn about the law enforcement and, other things that police departments do and all those sorts of, and yes, they do bring in the forensics. There are some really cool ones. They're, all right, but
I took my PowerPoint back, so that's why they're sucked.
You used to be that person. Okay, because I did not have that. You may, no, I don't know if you would have taught my husband, because he took that too. But that was like years ago.
If he had the fingerprint stuff.
I don't remember what he had. I have to ask him. But yeah, he was the one that said, hey, you should take this too. Start making contacts. I've made contacts. It hasn't gotten me anywhere.
Yeah.
I there is no magic way of doing this.
Yeah.
You're just stuck.
And I almost want to say it's just the economy. It's contributing to it for sure, but this is honestly how it is.
And then honestly too, if you try and work for a city, that's even worse. I mean, no offense
to cities.
No offense to cities, but the cities have to be transparent and have budgets approved, and they don't have the flexibility for raises or base pay, anything like that.
Differential pay.
Yeah, you don't, overtime.
You don't even get paid for your degree.
Yeah.
You have to, it's mandatory to have a degree, but you don't get any extra for having
that degree. I'm not going to get any more for having a master's.
No. You're going to get paid just as much as I do.
That's right. You have to have a degree, but,
we're not going to pay you for it.
We're not going to pay you diddly for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
And then the officers in which you serve don't even have degrees.
Yeah.
They're the ones you're like, hey, do this. Can you bring this up here for me? And they're like, yeah, sure. And they're so loving and so nice. But then you're like, why are you getting paid like $20,000 more than me? And you don't even have a degree, but I have multiple degrees. And it's just part of the requirements. And then, because you are brand new, you get thrown on night shift.
Yes, you're going to get nights.
Uproot your life, but we're not going to pay you anymore for it either.
That's right.
Because it wasn't in the budget cuts this year, so maybe next year.
Maybe.
I don't count on it, but like maybe.
Yeah.
Just to kind of keep you around.
It's the hard part about doing, city work.
Yes.
There's a lot of red tape when it comes to, trying to pay people what they're supposed to be earning, and keeping up with the raises and trying to do this. And then you've got people that are paying taxes going, no, I don't want to pay you anymore. Well, I would like to get a pay that works.
Yeah. I would like to eat.
Yeah.
I would like live in the ghetto in which I work.
Yeah. I'd like to eat something a little bit more than ramen half the time, I mean, granted, but it's just that, you wonder about it sometimes, and it's like, okay, why am I getting into this?
You have that part, and then you also have, there's no budget for trainings.
Yeah.
Or the budget.
Or new equipment.
Yeah.
Or new equipment.
No, my equipment that I worked on at my police department, and I'm not even going to say the name, but it was manufactured in 1957 and installed in that building in 1977.
Yes. It's
and we were still working on it in the 2020.
Yes.
We're still working on
there's a lot of, you can't do that, and then they have to budget for new equipment, and by the time that they get clearance for the equipment price has gone up.
Yep.
So then you have to go get more clearance, and it's insane. But you kind of deal with it.
But one of my favorite things was having to write a 4-page proposal on why I deserved to get trained. 4-page.
I know.
Like a crime scene investigator has time to do that with 41 homicides popping off in a month. Let me just take the time out of my day.
And there's no backlog, period. No backlog.
No backlog, no evidence to be done.
No,
nothing.
nope.
I just have all the time in the world to write a 4-page business proposal at home on my own time to then go beg my boss, hey, this is why I need the training. This is how much benefit it would not only be for me, but the department, you, everything, the cases, the victims.
Yeah.
There's all this new advancement in technology. They may send you to the course to understand what is being sold. And then you have to write a proposal back to them going, hey, that training you sent me to, there was something one time I went to, I have no idea what the device name was, but it was, you could get the head stamps off of cartridge casings.
Oh, okay.
And as opposed to having to take your camera and hold the case and do this, you could put it in this device and it would kind of clamp it and zoom in on it and take a clear photo for you. I was like, oh my God, that would be perfect.
That would be wonderful.
And then you could send those images off to NIBIN, which is the national, help me out here.
Yeah, okay,
National Ballistic something or another.
Yeah.
No CSI knows what NIBIN is unless you work for NIBIN. We just know that's where you send your guns. That's where you send all the pew-pews.
all the, the nomenclature and all the, idiosyncrasies with it, and you just call it something, and we all understand what it is, but do we know the whole long name? No.
It's like coded. It's like DNA. Everybody knows what DNA is, but nobody knows what the actual DNA stands for.
Yes.
And don't ask me. I don't know.
I know.
You know, what is it?
I know. It's deoxyribonucleic acid. That's the only biology I know.
That was impressive.
That's the only biology I know. That's it. I am done.
I have forgotten that over the years.
Yes, that one stuck.
I realized, I was like, okay, there's so much knowledge that you have to have as a CSI that once you leave it, you're like, wait, I can have that brain back.
Yeah.
I can forget that knowledge.
You've got 41 tabs and a couple of, pop-ups going on.
And one of the bitches is playing music.
Yes. Backwards. On loop. On loop.
At 2:00 in the morning.
And it's one of those commercials you haven't heard in years. And it's still keeping you up.
Or clap on. That's the shit that goes through my head. 2:00 in the morning.
Yes.
CPTSD is kicking.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, my brain will be like, oh, here's this dead body, and then you're gonna smell it at 2:00 in the morning. That will make you go, whoa! And then all of a sudden your brain's going, cha 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 cha. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? I have no idea what my life's about. Crime Scene will mess you up. It's so funny. It's wild that I can sit here and smell photos.
Oh yeah.
I never thought
they say smell is a really good trigger on stuff, and I can get it. I can get it. But yeah, it's believe me, I work with some nice smelling stuff too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's Oof.
The smells, once you smell them, you'll never forget them.
Yes.
I can smell the difference between what kinds of fires are burning.
Oh wow.
And I can always tell when there's a body.
Oof.
Versus just like a wood fire.
Yeah.
Grass fires.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be a difference into that. Yeah. I would not be surprised.
Yeah. And then I can look at photographs and be like, oh, I can smell that. So I had Hammerhead Lady.
She must be a favorite.
She is. Her and Shotgun of the Face Guy. Shotgun of the Face Guy is my tattoo. I honored my whole crime scene with that one. But Hammerhead Lady, the reason she's so significant to me is I'd worked the case, I testified. Well, a little bit of backstory is in February of one year, I get called out to a suspicious package in a way. And I'm like, okay, well, since when does a crime scene investigator
I was going to say.
But they obviously knew more than I did at the time. And I get out there and it's clothes, but there's something inside the clothes.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, well, the clothes are bloody.
I was going to say, there's got to be a part in there.
There's something in there. And it's my job to go figure it out. And it's a hammer with the claw end covered in hair.
Oh, and they send evidence to you. That's great.
Yeah. So I call my detectives, who aren't out there, by the way, because this is just a CSI job.
Yeah, fantastic.
And I call my detectives and I'm like, hey, this is what I found. And whoever's hair this is, they're not alive anymore.
Yeah, this would be bad.
Well, it's like midnight. We're not, the only thing we could do is go door to door. We're not going to go door to door at midnight. So we'll find the body eventually. A month to the day later, we get a phone call. Hey, I found my mom. And I'm like, oh man.
Oh.
So I go out there, work the scene. Years pass, testify, and I'm in the bathroom at the trial. And this lady walks in and she's like, hi. And I'm like, hi, sorry about your loss.
Yeah.
You know, just that's all the conversation we had because I knew who she was.
Right.
You don't want to be weird about it and just ignore the person.
Yeah.
You know, like I just saw the inside of your mom's brain. Like I'm like heavily connected to your family now. And so I went on about my day, testified, and didn't think anything of it. Thought the whole thing was now over.
Yes.
And then weeks later, maybe months later, I get a friend request on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know that face. I know that name, but I don't know how I know it.
What is
now
this?
I've forgotten everything.
Yes.
And she messages me and she goes, hey, you were the crime scene investigator that worked my mom's homicide. And I was like, oh, hi.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what to say to you. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
And she tells me, she was like, I never got to see the crime scene photos.
Yeah.
At the trial. And she goes, and I honestly believe that would bring me closure.
That's insane.
And I was like, what? I was like, I need you to remember your mom how you remember her and not how I remember her.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, yeah, I'd like keep that memory of her alive in your head.
Absolutely.
I don't want this for you. And she goes, I want it. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I have them.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? So her and her husband came over and I showed her husband first. And he was like, yeah, go ahead and show her. And I showed her and she is in tears, happy. She is saying, I've healed a part of her by showing this to her.
That is just crazy.
When her mom was alive, her mom was interested in crime scene stuff.
And this is not something that they're teaching you in college.
No. Because you sit there and you think about the textbook of like your checklist of what you want to do.
Yes.
How you're excited about the job.
Yes.
But then at the end of the day, you're realizing, oh shit, these are people. This is people's families.
Now, see, this is where I brought this up too in my last interview is when you're first starting out. And this was some guy talking. We had to watch this thing, and it stuck with me because it is very true. Is he goes, you have been preparing this, for a while. You've been going to school, you've been getting this, you go to your first crime scene. You want to be giddy as all get out because this is what you want to do. You want to get in. This is it. And you have to remember that this has the happiest day of your life is somebody's worst day of their life. And I went, oh yeah, that is definitely true. Yeah. You can't go in there joking and laughing and,
don't giggle. It's a crime scene.
Yeah. You don't want to be sitting there and going, oh, I'm so sorry, and you feel me, and you got to have the respect and that's, your composure.
You do learn when you can crack the jokes and when you can't.
Yes.
Anytime I were to crack a joke, I made sure that there was no family around.
Oh, yeah.
An earshot. If it is, it's the people that would get the joke. So,
you got to know your audience.
Yeah. This tattoo is it's a mustache, it's shotgun at the face guy. And guess what happened? And his driver's license was next to him and it said he had blue eyes. And thankfully it was just me and the detectives at the time because his family was inside the house. We were out at the car. And I was like, yeah, he did. He had blue eyes. One blue that way, the other blue that way. Everybody busted out laughing. I'm pretty sure they could have heard us laughing in the house. I hope they didn't. But
that one's kind of hard.
It is.
But you got to have a little bit of the comedy in order to lighten it up just a bit because this is a serious thing.
It's something that even though you've gone through the training and you've gone to school, you don't realize how heavy
Yes.
this is
This
until you're in it. And then you're like, oh shit, I really want to fucking cry right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've seen a beautiful suicide.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, that made me sad because it was so beautifully executed.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, I wanted to sit there and cry for her. Like, she wrote out all of her goodbyes to her kids, like had her sonograms, everything. And I was like, oh, I want to. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But it was so hauntingly beautiful at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
That I was like, I was giddy at the same time. So I was like, if I ever have to, I'm recreating this. And that's the sad part about
the dying interesting part that we like. I'm sorry, but that was true.
People are just dying to see us.
It's great. Oh, dun-dun-dun.
I love it. I love it.
I know. But yeah.
It is.
I get it.
You don't realize how heavy it is
yes.
until you're in it.
Yes.
And then you're standing over the one thing that trainings don't tell you, that they don't teach in school. Mm-hmm. Children also die.
Yes. That is where I think I might have a little bit of a hard time, especially the first time. I'm kind of dreading that one.
I will tell you how my first time went, and then I can tell you how a detective's first time went in comparison.
Okay.
So I had a missing / deceased kid.
Okay.
It was a 3-day long crime scene. Where the first day he was reported missing. It was my job to prove mom murdered kid. For 17 hours, I'm in her house, tearing up her house, trying to figure out how she disposed of the child. She's sitting there screaming, hooting and hollering for 17 hours because her kid walked out of the house and into a car and is actually dead in a car. That we found him on day 2. So mom did not murder kid. No. But it was my job at the time to try to figure it out.
Try to find the evidence that she did.
Yeah. While she's sitting there screaming for where her kid is.
Yes.
And I'm sitting there going, okay, part of me is like, bitch, you're over here, you murdered your kid. Shut the fuck up.
Like, there's the bias. And there's the bias.
And so you constantly, as a CSI, you have to check yourself because you, even as a human, take out the role of CSI. As a human, you have bias.
Yes.
And you are remiss and you're a liar if you tell me you don't have any sort of bias.
No, there's going to be some sort of bias in there.
But you have to be able, as a CSI, to take a step back and go, I recognize that's my own bias and that has to go away.
Yes.
Because it's not about me anymore. It's about the victims. And my only job is to be the voice for people who can no longer speak for themselves.
Right.
That's it. Whatever voice needs to come out with the evidence will be out there.
Yes.
But I can't bring in my own biases. And so after we found him on day 2, day 3, we had an autopsy. Well, day 3, we had the autopsy, and this is my first dead kid.
Okay.
Slice and dice. And I'm like, oh, okay, you start playing the what if game.
Oh, no.
What if this kid had been the doctor to cure cancer?
I couldn't go that deep. That would be bad.
That is the hardest part about being a CSI. Because after that autopsy, 6 months go by. I've moved on with my life.
Yes.
You have to forget.
Oh, yes.
Or you're not going to make it.
Yes.
And so, as in a nice way, developing CPTSD from crime scenes is like your brain kind of protecting itself from what it's seen, because your brain can
you don't want to remember all that stuff all the time.
You don't, and your brain can only relate it to like horror movies.
Oh yeah.
And so half of what you're seeing almost doesn't look real.
Yeah.
It almost looks like Hollywood CGI effects because that's all you can relate it back to.
Yes.
And your entire life is, oh yeah, I saw something like that on Saw.
Yeah. And you really want to go out and watch those things now.
Yeah, nope. This is why I watch children's movies now. For funsies. I don't even have
Disney
kids.
is great.
Yeah, that's exactly why I have Disney.
That's why I have Disney.
I grew up on the CSIs and stuff, and then I lived it, and now I clean it. And so I'm like, I don't want my TV to have dead bodies on it anymore.
Yeah.
Inside Out doesn't have a dead body on it. Disney doesn't have dead bodies.
Yes. Thank you, Disney.
Yes, thanks, Disney. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Disney. Don't go there.
Little did you know you were saving CSIs and not children. But you end up kind of having to disassociate from your crime scenes, even sometimes from your own life and from your head. So after the 6 months had passed and I'd moved on, we get called into a mandatory meeting.
Oh, I love those.
Department-wide.
I love those.
And it's 6 months after the situation, we're now having a debrief. Why are we having a debrief 6 months later?
6 months later?
Yes, because it was a debrief with the law enforcement therapists.
Oh.
So they wanted to have the time to let you handle your own emotions.
Oh,
and then
okay.
They're going to come in here and tell you how you fucked up your emotions. Like, okay, well, thanks. You didn't fucking tell me how to handle it the first time, so I did my best.
I moved on.
Yeah.
You're bringing it all back up. Is that how it's supposed to go?
And so in this session, me, you, and other people all worked the same case, but we all had different roles.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm pissy that the person who just was the first responder, who didn't see the kid, didn't see the autopsy, didn't find him, but simply made first contact with mom and stopped mom from going into that parking lot, and we could have found him sooner.
Yes.
She's playing the what if game and boo-hoo crying. I mean, giant ass crocodile tears.
Oh.
And then I'm after her and I'm like, I saw him get sliced and diced, and I don't have a lick of emotions about it because it's been 6 fucking months.
Yes.
At this point.
Yeah, I've moved on.
Yeah.
Now, you don't call me callous, but I've moved on.
Yeah. But then now she's crying about the what if game. Well, what if I'd gotten there sooner? What if I hadn't made that turn? What if I hadn't stopped at that stop sign? What if I hadn't stopped her from going in?
You can't do that to yourself.
But then you, as the CSI who has seen the absolute worst of it, is now hearing other people complaining about not seeing the worst of it.
Yes.
And I'm like, if you don't, I appreciate her having emotions. I'm not shitting on her as a person.
Right.
Everybody handles grief differently. I'm not trying to negate her or her experiences.
Yes.
But the way that law enforcement then handles the CPTSD that you get from working in law enforcement, there is no help. Yeah. There's none. There wasn't any sort of help for me, for anybody else. Yeah. That was their attempt at help. And it hurt more than anything.
Yeah, because you had already moved on.
I'd already moved on.
So.
And then you go as a CSI to a therapist who then will dump you because she's not trained in hearing crime scene stories.
Yes.
She's trained in hearing other people's CPTSD, which isn't nearly as severe. We're not judging.
Yeah,
severities.
we're not doing, apples to oranges. No. We're not, no.
But you don't go to school as a therapist to hear crime scene stories.
Yeah, you don't want to hear the complete horror all the time. I mean, that's what you're going to be doing on this crime scene stuff. You are going to be seeing bad days. And then you go tell them about that, and that's all they're hearing. And they're going, oh, you're not having any good days, really? No. Okay. Well, hey, you know what? You're dragging me down. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Guess what? Your family and friends think the same thing, too.
Yes.
Now you're a negative Nancy.
Yes.
Who doesn't have any friends because all you do is talk about all the bad in the world and you're just being negative. And it's like, well, cool. If I had your cushy ass job sitting behind a fucking desk all day.
5, not working weekends or night shifts and possibly remote.
Yeah. That would be nice.
I'm telling you, if you get into any kind of science thing, you are never going to work remote. It is just not gonna happen. No. And it's crazy that people think that it should. Yeah. It's like they want this to happen. I said, what are you gonna do? Basement chemistry? You can't do that.
I'm sorry, chemistry in your bathtub.
Yeah, this is not Breaking Bad. You are not going to be doing this stuff at home. This is the instrumentation is too expensive. Yeah. You are not going to be doing this stuff.
They're not going to trust you to take it home.
Yeah, you just can't do this unless you want to be doing some kind of paperwork at a computer all day doing that, and that's not even what it is. So you have these professions that have to be on site. And God knows, we're all these essential workers.
Yeah.
We have to be, and yeah. And that was where, in my position, we are working 365 every day, holidays, weekends, you name it. We're working this. And we are deemed essential, but people don't think of it as essential. They're thinking cops, firemen, nurses, doctors. Basically, that's it. Nope. There's other people out there that are essential. But, that's the part that you play for what you do.
Yeah.
There's always going to be, some weekend work. There's always going to be some time where you're going to have to do this.
Yeah.
I get that, and that's always something that they ask. And then if you try and get something in here, this is not your normal, hey, I turn in my resume, we do an interview, great, you're hired. No, they got to delve deep in your background.
Yep. 32-page personal history packet.
32 pages? I thought I heard 40 the other day.
Depends on the department.
Okay.
The one that I filled out that I remember was 32 pages.
Okay.
And they needed to know everything, basically short of your third grade teacher's blood type and social security number.
Right.
And I'm like, why am I having to call people I haven't talked to in like 20 years and be like, hey, just letting you know, I'm applying for law enforcement and they needed your information for some godforsaken reason. I told them I haven't talked to you in 20 years, but like.
Yes, you have to let everybody know that there is going to be a huge background check on you. So if you have anything blips that and sometimes they'll put the paper out in front of you going, okay, if you have any of this, you're more than free to walk out right now. And we have no judging. That's great. Hey, here you go.
Yeah.
I got nothing. Here, have a background check. I don't care.
Yeah.
This is great. The one thing that I'm a little nervous about is polygraph. Never had one.
Don't be nervous.
I'm a little nervous about that. But
what's got you nervous?
It's just the whole going through it. I think that's all it is. I don't think that I'm going to fail the thing, but it's just like going through it. It's like, oh, I've never done this. I've done drug tests. I've done fingerprinting. I've done, the whole 9 yards. That I've never done that yet.
All right. But I can ease your mind a little bit on that.
That's, one little, but I mean, I'm not going to fail it. I know I'm not going to fail it. It's just, the unknown.
Yeah. So I'll ease your mind on that a little bit because I had the same fears. I was like, oh my God, like, what do you mean I'm having to hook up to a polygraph?
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Isn't that for people who are lying?
Yeah. Don't they use that for like courts? And it's not even admissible in courts. So like, I have so many questions. So what that is they take your 32-page packet.
Yes.
And then they go, all right, well, let's see if you're lying about it.
Oh, okay.
Now,
the
start, now every polygraph may be a little bit different.
Yes.
But the general is they will make you lie to them.
Oh.
What my guy did is he had little pieces of like Post-it notes and he wrote numbers on it.
Okay.
And he would hand me a Post-it note and he goes, I need you to lie to me. He goes, tell me what number's on here.
Oh, okay. Instead of a 3, it's a 7.
Yeah. Which it's all yes, no questions.
Yes.
And so he goes, is there a 3 on that paper?
And you say, no. And that's a lie.
And that's a lie. So he's gauging where your heart rate is.
Yes.
To then see if your heart does the same thing when he starts
when you're doing it. Yeah, they have to do some
polygraph.
baseline stuff.
Yeah. And then the polygraph is really more like, hey, did you lie about anything?
Oh.
In your packet?
Oh.
They more go over your drug use, your past drug use. Of like, all right, you say you smoked marijuana 5 years ago. Which our policy says 7 or whatever.
Yeah, or 3 or what have you. Yes.
Yeah, every police department's different. You got to check their policies.
Yes.
But they want to make sure that like that's true. That you're not over here huffing and doing stuff on the side just 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And so it's really just to gauge how truthful you were about the packet.
Oh.
And if you were truthful about the packet, then you're going to be passing your polygraph, but they're going to make you lie to gauge where your baseline
Okay, they have the
is.
baseline questions, and then okay. Well, hey, that makes it a lot better.
Yeah, they'll even make you lie about your name. They're like, "Is your name Gail?" No.
Depends on who you ask. Do I feel like that today? I don't know.
Actually, this is Patricia today.
I was gonna say, here's the alternate personality. Thank you.
Then they'll get you disqualified for having multiple personalities and making jokes.
Yeah.
So go in there not making jokes.
Yes.
Before they're like,
Yes.
"Oh,
Yeah,
man."
that is not the appropriate time for jokes. That is the bad move.
Hey, listen, every time I make a joke, something serious happens. That's how I ended up with a career as a CEO of a crime scene cleaning company.
It's just, it's just crazy that, you have that change in life and what you have to, what you want to do. But even trying to do it sometimes is just so, I mean, when I first wanted to go back to school, I was scared stupid. I mean, it had been 30 years since I had some kind of college course, and it was completely different because back then you were going in person. Now it's like online, you're okay. Am I going to have the time for this? Am I going to be able to do this? I know other people are doing this, but oh my God, I haven't done this in 30 years. Am I going to be okay? And then getting through it, that was amazing. It was tough. There were times that I was like, oh, good Lord, I'm going to die. This is DNA. That was bad, very bad for me. I think I worked the hardest in that class ever because I didn't quite understand it. And I was rewriting chapters.
Oh, wow.
I was rewriting chapters for me to understand it. And by the time I understood it, we moved on.
Of course.
And it's like, I just got it.
I got
to do this again. Oh my God, this is not cool.
All of that is why you still remember DNA.
I knew that from before. I knew that from high school. God love my biology teacher.
Lucky you.
Mr. Madar, kudos to you, Mr. Madar.
Good job.
You
made a difference.
You made something stick. All these years later. But yeah, it's just, you just kind of worry about that. And it's like, okay, so what? Can I do this? Am I going to do this? Am I going to understand it? It was okay. I made it through. I did it. And, it felt dang good.
Yeah.
And one of the better things is going through this. One of my coworkers was going through college as well. He was doing online, but he was going for his bachelor's degree. So we got to sit there and, kind of complain about the college experience. What do they want? How do we do that? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It was good. I think it helped both of us get through it.
That's amazing.
So, that was wonderful. But it's been, over a year for both of us, and we still can't find something.
Wow.
We are still finding stuff, and it is crazy. It is, I don't know the secret sauce on how to do this.
I don't think there is a secret sauce.
Nowadays, no.
I feel like there used to be.
Yes.
Back when I started.
Yes.
But with the job market being the way that it is.
Yes.
That's just intensified the cutthroatness.
Yes.
Because even my dream job was to be a crime scene investigator.
Yeah.
And then after years of being there, I got PTSD, one too many dead kids, and I was like, I'm out. And then I ended up going into financial crimes.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay, well, behind a desk sounds nice after all the years in the field. Monday through Friday sounds really nice.
Not overtime, no weekends.
That pay sounds incredibly nice.
Yes.
That was like $30,000 more.
Woo!
And so I was like, hell yeah, it's still crimes, and I was actually searching the really, really bad people. So I went from chasing murderers to then I was chasing people funding human trafficking, domestic terrorism, and CSAMs, which if you don't know, I'm not saying that out loud.
Yeah.
But child stuff.
Yeah.
And so basically I was chasing the Jeffrey Epsteins of the world. And so I loved connecting the puzzle pieces and finding where the money originally came from and how it went here and then there and then there and then that's how it went up there.
You gotta follow the trail.
Yeah. So that was actually really, really fun.
That's
and I
awesome.
did it in both regular money, which is fiat, and cryptocurrency.
Oh, okay.
And so it was exciting.
And that's all that digital stuff now too. Yes.
And so you really get to use like the blockchain analysis to where you get to see, okay, well, this is where it ended up.
Mm-hmm.
But where did it come from?
Yeah.
And then you realize like, oh, it came from like a random Joe Blow down the street.
Yeah.
And it
who
was
has no idea they're helping this person out.
no idea. But then you get to go, okay, well, at what point did somebody know?
Mm-hmm.
And then at what point was it all fake?
Yeah.
So there may be other ways for other people to still get that investigative.
Right.
That I want to solve the puzzle without having to be out in the field and
Right.
I was 385 pounds when I was a crime scene investigator. It takes a toll on your body.
I'm sure it does, because you're standing, kneeling, crawling on the floor,
under things, in between things.
Yes.
I have been in some
trying to get the guy from, the toilet in the wall, and this.
all of it. You're under cars sometimes.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because what the misconception with crime scene is that it's all just crimes against people.
Yeah.
No, you have crimes against property.
Yeah.
So you're working anything from a simple, smash and grab burglary of a vehicle all the way up to a complete double homicide.
Yeah.
And you have to be ready and up and able at 2:00 in the morning. You can't just be answering your phone like, hello.
Yeah. What do you want?
No, you got to be like,
I'll see you in 4 or 5 hours.
yeah.
After I have my coffee. We're good.
Exactly. No, like you're answering the phone as you're standing up. You're writing something down. You're brushing your teeth as they're on the phone. You're getting the rundown of what the address is. You're like, hopping around. And so you
getting dressed quick.
Yeah. I feel like the best candidates for crime scene, which may be what you're running into, is that they want the young chickens, the ones that don't have families, don't have commitments, and that their commitment is the job.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that.
I know it's you realize that because it is a career change
it's a
later in
lifestyle.
life. And you want to do this so bad, but maybe if I could find a place to do the puzzle, to do the investigative stuff,
would that suffice that hunger?
Yes, I love the puzzle thing.
Yeah,
I've always loved the puzzle thing. Sherlock Holmes, idol, total idol. He never really got in the nitty gritty crap. You don't see him doing, taking blood samples or something, whatever. But that's something else there too. But the question is where do you find everything? That's the hard part. Where do you search?
Honestly, that's where you get the Indeeds and stuff. So it's harder to find crime scene jobs on Indeed and LinkedIn. That's where you have to go to like the special websites that me and you know about.
Yes.
Which remind me, and I'll give you another one.
Oh, fantastic.
But then you have the Indeed and stuff. If you start looking at like financial crimes analyst.
But then they want accounting experience.
No, they don't.
That's what they put down.
They do.
But they don't need it.
But I had never had accounting. I'd never been in banking, nothing like that. And what I ended up doing was if something suspicious happens on your debit card, you call your bank and be like, hey, this is weird.
Yeah.
It then goes to the back people and it goes to an investigator.
Yes.
Who then pulls your records, pulls what you're saying and does the little zhuzhing. And then they send it up to somebody to approve whether their investigation is right.
Okay.
I ended up just leaving crime scene and going up to the approval stage without even having banking experience. They think,
fantastic. My world just opened up a little bit more.
They think as long as you have some sort of knowledge, investigative skills, then you're good to go.
Oh,
I had no idea what I'm doing. I'm sitting there going,
that's all right.
I don't even know what a SAR is. It's a suspicious activity report.
Oh, okay, there we go. I'm one up now.
I'm like, I don't know what half this shit means. All of banking is acronyms.
Oh yeah,
I don't
there's
even know what
acronyms
FDIC
everywhere.
meant.
There's acronyms everywhere.
Especially law
Everywhere. There's acronyms at my job that nobody knows. And it's like, I don't even know what that means. You don't even want to know. You know, we've got alphabet soup going on over here. We get confused.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like, what are we saying? I don't know. You know, whatever.
Yeah. So honestly, finding any of the jobs that have some sort of investigative, even compliance jobs.
Yeah.
Compliance is like, hey, you have to go make sure that everybody is doing their thing in coordinates with all of this stuff. And so you're kind of still connecting puzzle pieces that way.
Yes.
And so I've been all the kind of compliance analyst and cryptocurrency and stuff like that. So maybe not to shun you away from
I know.
crime scene, but to help navigate a different terrain of maybe the lifestyle. Because I mean,
I get it.
Are you okay standing over a dead child?
Yeah, that's going to be the hard one. To me, that's going to be a hard one. But for the most part, I know, and I can honestly kind of see it to myself, that if I get to a crime scene, and yes, there's a dead body, which I have not been exposed to yet, I think after the initial shock of seeing it, I'm going to kind of go into that, you know, blinders on zone. This is what I've got to do in order to gather evidence. This is, you know, I could be right standing over him, picking things off or doing whatever and not think about it. Not think about him being a body there. I think I'm just going to get into that blinder zone and just do my job.
All right.
Because I know that's how I actually operate. Okay. I can do that. But I don't know if, you know, how do you get that shown to everybody else?
Let me ask you a little caveat to that.
Okay.
Can you go work a scene, take the nitty gritty off of the bodies, and go in the blinders mode? You have families screaming, crying.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a problem.
You have that person's phone constantly going off.
Oh my gosh.
Because family members are
trying to get a hold of them, yes.
Think about a mass shooting.
Oof.
The Pulse nightclub that happened years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Any sort of mass shootings, everybody's calling everybody's cell phone.
Yeah.
You're hearing the cries of the families. You're hearing the phones ring. You're hearing the
because you're there within a half an hour, if that.
And family keeps showing up. And so family showing up more keeps re-sparking everybody. Okay. As soon as everybody calms down, because everybody's done crying for the last 10 minutes, another family member shows up. Oh my God, I can't believe it. You know,
or a friend or something, you know.
Yes.
Okay,
so
all right.
You can sit here and with 100% certainty, because I was the same way. I'm like, oh yeah, I could just tune it all out.
Yeah.
But there's a certain human level.
Yeah, okay.
Of being a
that
CSI.
You don't think about, and you're also not exposed to with school. You know, they don't tell you those things.
Nobody ever says, hey, you, as much as you, the human in you is sitting there looking at the body.
Yes.
You know they're not coming home. And the most human thing you can do is pick up that phone and say, hey, he's not coming home. I'm sorry.
Dad. Yeah.
Please stop.
Yes. Yeah.
But you can't.
Yeah. You can't touch it.
You've got to keep going.
And you can't turn it off either.
You can't turn it off because it's evidence.
That's right. Right. You are not touching that thing. You're just bagging it and saying, see ya.
Yeah. But you can't even bag it until you're done with your stuff. So
right. But even then,
for the next 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yes.
And so you have to realize at what point. Oh, this is going to hit hard. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Bring it on. I can take it.
At what point do you want to be crime scene investigator to where you lose your humanity?
Oof. Yeah, that's a line.
Is your humanity more important than the job?
Oh.
Or is the job more important than your
humanity? Oh, that's deep, girl.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry, man. It is truth.
It is.
If you need to know that, if you need to know this,
you do.
There you go.
Especially if you're going to be working. Like, my biggest thing was a mass shooting, a double homicide. People's phones are ringing. You want so bad to give comfort.
Yes.
You want to be like, hey,
yes,
like, they're not coming home. Please stop calling.
Yes.
Like, and it's comfort for them. It's also comfort for you. It's like, okay, that phone's done now.
Yeah.
The screaming is done.
Turn it off.
Get them
out of here. Yes.
But you have to become a robot.
Yes. I get it.
You have to shut off all parts of
and
humanity.
That's where a lot of the PTSD is coming from you guys, because you know, it kind of breaks you down.
It does.
And
love is never on the menu. Nobody ever calls you to say, hey, we found them alive. And so like my missing dead kid that was 3 days long on day one ended at midnight. By 5:30 in the morning, I'm getting a phone call.
And you're living on zip sleep.
Zero sleep. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, if you're calling me, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, you know where that's going.
Yeah, I didn't even have to answer the phone at that point. Like, I knew what crime scene we were working.
Yes.
You're calling me.
You're calling me.
If you didn't call me, I know we found him and there's a chance he's at the hospital and alive. That's fantastic. That's what I hope for. I hope my phone never fucking rings.
Yes, yes.
And that's unfortunately the sad reality of being a CSI. Is as excited as you are to get the job.
Yeah.
You also don't want to have the job.
Yeah. It's a job somebody has to do.
Yeah.
And the question is are you that person?
And are you willing to take on the brunt of it for the rest of your life?
And that's a very deep possibility.
Yeah.
You know, for stuff. And it's like, okay.
So,
you know, but did I just go to school for nothing?
No.
You know, that's the question. You know, it's like, okay, did I just waste 2 years of my life to get a master's and go, well, now I'm not going to use this stupid thing.
You transition. You find something similar.
Okay.
So maybe look into financial crimes.
Could be.
It's still the puzzle.
Yes.
I didn't know shit about financial crimes.
Hey, I'm good. You know, I still don't know anything.
And you made it this far. You're more educated than I am. So if I could get into it without zip.
But I would think I could do it. But then again, with it being AI and being so cutthroat out there, the possibilities are still, you know, you go and you say this and it's like, but, you know, am I going to be able to do this? Is this something that, you know, is easier to quote unquote easier to get into? I don't know.
You're also talking to somebody who lost her job a year ago and still can't get a job, even though she applied for everything she qualified for, to everything to flip burgers at McDonald's.
Yes.
She couldn't get anything. So she made her own company out of her life savings.
Yes.
So
God bless you for it.
It honestly could be society and the job market.
And
and I don't want that to be the bullshit cop out.
I know.
But it could be a combination of that. It could be a combination of all of its cutthroat.
And it also could be if you're going city or private. I mean, that's a huge
thing. I didn't know private was a thing until I went with city.
I knew private was a thing. And I've been, you know, I interviewed with a private.
Yeah.
You know, it would be great, you know, if somebody could give you that, you know, crazy chance. And, you know, I've followed leads, I've followed connections. I'm trying to, you know, meet people. I mean, that's how I met you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to make connections.
We met in public on accident. There was a sheriff's office was putting on a little program.
Yes.
And I was like, hey, I have a business cleaning crime scenes. Here's my stuff.
Hey, let's talk.
And then she found me. She's like, I'm interested in crime scene. I was like, let's go.
I talked to her for an hour. This was, you know, incredible.
Yes.
You know, you make those connections and hopefully something comes of it, you know, and you've got great advice. And then you're telling me I'm doing everything right. Everybody has been telling me I've been doing everything right. You know, then you get different leads from different people who have been through some of this stuff and are going through some of this stuff. But you want to find you going through this stuff. So that's the hard part. You know, it's how do I get there? And, you know, and for doing it for so long, it's just, you know, you kind of lose that hope in there. But then again, you hit that little glimmer every now and then. It's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, there's a little bit out there still, but I don't want to get my hopes up because
don't lose the hope.
Yes.
Because the hope is honestly the only thing keeping you going as a CSI to begin with.
Oh yeah.
There's better days ahead than this.
Yes.
So keep the hope alive.
Yes.
I will personally keep my ear to the ground.
Oh.
I sent you that email.
Oh yeah, you did.
I was like, oh, there's a job in the area.
The job. Dear John. Oh, that did not help.
We tried.
I definitely.
Alexa, turn on patio lights.
She's
okay.
She was right behind me.
She was.
That was fun.
A little scary for you.
I was like,
my
bad.
But yeah, like I don't want you to give up hope because hope is the only thing kind of keeping the crime scene alive. Especially because you have to be the ray of sunshine on somebody's worst days.
Yes, and I get it.
Yeah.
You know, I do, but at the same time, you know, you really want it, and you know, you were gung ho and great, and now it's like a year later, it's like, really?
Yeah,
I haven't done anything.
Yeah,
it's how hard is this?
Yeah, it's just it's cutthroat, and there's once you get in, you don't want to leave. Until either you die, either PTSD takes you out of the game. Yeah, and so you're ready to retire. Bye, see ya. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much. And so I personally, for anyone going into the CSI career field, I want to see what your return on investment would be. Okay. Because PTSD is a thing. Yes. Dead children are a thing.
I know somebody else that had PTSD and skipped out because of it.
Yes.
So
there are a lot of things that stay with you.
Oh, I'm sure. That
I can never unsmell, unsee, unhear.
Yeah.
And at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, I've
been out of the job years now.
I have done that with other jobs before too. You know, woke up in a dead sweat going, oh, wait a minute, I can't do anything about that right now.
Yes.
Skip.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I get that.
I would heavily suggest for you to honestly sit down with yourself and go, if I see a 6-month-old baby that got smushed co-sleeping with drunk parents.
Oh, that one's just gonna
I've had it.
I'm sure you have.
I didn't even work the case. I was just on call. I'd swapped on-call days with another CSI. She had worked Saturday, and that was the case she had worked. And then on Sunday, that kid was getting autopsied, and I just happened to have that Sunday. I get a phone call at 6:30 in the morning. They were like, "Hey, we have an autopsy at 7." And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay.
Go.
I have no idea what's happened.
Yeah.
I'm walking in there, and immediately I was like, I go to the detective. I'm like, what do we got? And he was like, well, blah, 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 blah. Right here. We have a 6-month-old baby. And so there was no time to prepare other than I just had an autopsy that morning. And within 30 minutes, I had to get myself mentally ready to see a 6-month-old sliced and diced. And you're playing the what if game. And I will admit, I cried. This was my very first crime scene I cried on. There was a tear fell from my eyeball into the carcass. I will admit. But then my detective goes, well, you handled that better than the first time I had my first baby. And I was like, what happened on your first baby? He goes, oh, I passed out and my head hit the other table and I had to go to the hospital and get stitches.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. And so we all react differently.
Yes.
And so I'm like, for the fact that I'm just able to cry one tear, I'm good. Like it was a cute tear, right?
Yeah, you had your sympathy tear going on.
But then other people who are straight up detectives over 20 years can pass out in his head and need stitches. Yeah. That how at the end of the day would your soul feel? Seeing this.
See, why does this have to be so deep some days? Did we realize we're getting into all this deep stuff? I mean, do you realize this?
It's me. I'm sorry.
Do you realize as a forensic scientist that you are getting into this deep stuff that you it's going to be cool and all this and do that. You realize that there's this deep part that you have to get into, and they don't go over this. They don't touch on this and say, hey, you are going to go through some deep crap, man.
And
people.
Even training as a CSI in the field, your FTOs won't tell you. FTOs, field training officer. But no one as a CSI has this conversation. It takes you having to get out of it and actually care about people going into it or still there.
Just doing that
for
stuff.
you to be like, hey,
this
is what you're going to face. Like, this is what the books don't tell you. This is what TV doesn't show.
Yes.
And so I would honestly, if I was you, I would go home and not say that your degree is wasted.
Oh, no.
You have a fucking master's degree.
I do.
You have chemistry. That's incredible.
You didn't know what I went through to get that chemistry degree. That was not fun.
I'm sure.
I
can imagine. So you do not look at this as I failed. I did all this for nothing.
Right.
I just want you to go home and go, at the end of the day, can you live with yourself?
Okay.
Can you live with seeing?
Yeah, I think they need to ask you that before you get into all this stuff.
Yes, they do.
Before you actually take the courses and stuff, or at least halfway through, say, hey, look, this is where you're going to start getting into things.
Yeah.
That would be phenomenal about them actually getting into the humanity of it. To say, this is what you're going to be coming across. If you're doing this, are you going to be prepared for this? I don't know.
Like, it's a very cool job.
It is
fantastic.
I mean, you tell somebody you're with CSI. Whoa!
Well, you get one of two reactions. You either get, oh my God, that's so cool, or you get, oh my God, no.
No, that's just chemistry. I have gotten that for years with chemistry.
Right?
I tell them I was a chemist, and they're like, oh, change subject.
Yeah.
I get it. Do I like history? No.
Yeah.
You can have people rattle on about that stuff. I don't care.
Right.
I don't want to listen to it. You do want to listen to me babble about chemistry? Probably not. Unless you're a nerd like I am, you don't want to hear it. So
I think chemistry is cool, and I know the CFO of the company would love to talk your ear off about that. He loves chemistry.
I love that. It is still going to be, my first passion.
Yes,
always, because at 10 or 11, my mom got me my first chemistry kit at home.
I love that.
And I did all the little experiments, and then I went, what happens if you put everything together?
Oh, the concoction.
And I put it all together. It turned green and started fizzing, and I ran to the sink and I went, oh,
this is nice.
This is cool. I want to do this.
Yeah.
I knew from then that that's what I wanted to do. But then finding the forensics, it was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I want to try this now. I'm getting tired of my chemistry, at least for now.
Yeah.
Because, I'm just kind of there.
Yeah.
And, granted, I took a lot of time off. I took 17 years to raise my kids.
That's a full-time job.
That is a full-time job. It's not a chemistry job. But yeah, sometimes it is. More a biological job.
No.
But would I change it for the world? No. Did my career take a hit? Probably. I thought I would.
That.
I would have to. I saw myself being, more supervisory and up and stuff. I'm not there.
Yeah.
I did my career take a hit? Yeah. Am I sorry for it? No. Did I kind of want it still? Yeah, but that stuff with my kids, I never would change it. I would never change it.
And in all honesty, had you been in the forensic field, you might have missed a lot.
I probably would have.
You wouldn't have seen first steps. Hey, I know you have a dance recital.
Stay home when they were sick.
Nope.
I was able to be a part of PTA. I was able to do this with them to the point where they didn't want me hanging around with them anymore. I'm okay with that. That was great, but getting into this job, I wanted something different, and I took the leap, did the master's. Now I want to get to the next step. And that's probably harder than getting the master's at this point in time.
Probably.
So,
but with your chemistry,
yes.
I know that you said that it's kind of bumming you out now, like you're kind of tired of it. Would that re-spark if you were to go into like a lab for forensics versus the field for forensics?
I like doing chemistry. I really do. When it gets somewhat monotonous, then the spark kind of goes away. You know, I've had a job where, yes, I was kind of doing the same testing, but I was doing it on different things. So it would have different results and different this and different that.
Reactions.
You know, and to me, it still kept it interesting.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to say that my job is boring. Please don't say that I'm taking it as it is. But, you know, I'm at that point where I need something new.
Yeah.
I want something new. I do need that spark. Mm-hmm. You know, I may not have it anymore, and I'm looking for it, and I chose this direction to find that spark.
And that's amazing.
So, you know, maybe I've, you know, made the road a little narrower. Instead of just general chemistry, went into forensics and went, that's okay. Yeah, I'm not that smart some days. Why did I get into this? Why did I get into another specialized
field?
Specialized field, you know, with more detailed. Yeah, you know, you wonder what thinks in your head, but it's like, okay, I did what I did. You know, I'm sorry, it's just going to happen that.
And maybe there's a reason it happened this way.
And that's you know, I'm that science nerd that I just can't shake it.
That's great.
It's ingrained, and I have to do it, but I need to find a different way to do it now.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but hey. Wow. It's been wonderful.
That's great, though.
You know,
like I wish I had my master's.
It's never too late, man. Heck, I did it. I'm telling you, I did it.
That's true.
You know, never too late. 30 years later, did I ever think I was going back to school? Heck, no.
Hey, my boss said I don't need a master's degree.
I was gonna say, wait a second.
Listen, my boss also said my bank account said no.
You getting a raise? No. Oh, dang.
I haven't even paid myself.
What's the perk? There isn't any. Okay, great.
I would love to pay myself first. Then I'll maybe go get my master's.
Yeah.
So are there any misconceptions that you have learned about through your own experiences that like the common person might think CSI does, and then you're finding out?
Well, yeah, one, it doesn't happen in an hour. You know, I mean, there are some of them that, you know, go over a few days and, you know, within that hour of showing it. It's not all that. You don't get those results that quick, and you can't be that specific on a case. You're going to have multiple cases going on. You know, at the same time. That's why there's backlog.
Yeah.
You know, there's just so much that they can do, and then having the manpower. You know, you may have, you know, those investigators show up like on NCIS. I was an NCIS girl. I wasn't CSI. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But, you know, them showing up, they look over the scene, they look at this, you know, they might pick up one thing or another. And then you've got this whole, you know, other crew coming in and getting your evidence and bringing it to you. And it's, you know, you want to get into the details of it, but it doesn't happen that way. And it takes so much time. And then, you know, with the trials, it is not a speedy thing. It is not a speedy thing.
And I was awake for 32 hours straight working 2 homicides.
Yeah, you will have to do some of this stuff. Granted, I've pulled my strings of chemistry.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me, I've done that. You know, 24 hours and 2 days, and, you know, working with a customer, and I'm going, oh boy, it's been long. I can't explain it. It's just, you know, you want to be able to let them know that it's going to take longer.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot more people involved, or sometimes there's less people involved.
Yeah. Depending on how big the department is.
Right. That you can do it. And then the equipment, you know, it's not going to be all this high tech stuff, you know,
we can't zoom into a screw on a license plate and get your face. Sorry.
Yeah. It's just, you know, and we can't, you know, make ungrainy things with a quick thing, you know, and
if it's grainy, it's just grainy.
You can't clarify. We don't have that kind of stuff, you know. There's things that you just can't do. I mean, it's cool as all heck. They make it cool as all heck, but it.
And even fingerprint analysis isn't just you have the thumbprint over here, then you have this screen over here flashing. That's like, oh, match.
Yeah, no,
that's
no.
You have me or her sitting at the desk with this thumbprint going. Nope, that's not it.
Nope. Flip. No. Maybe. No. Okay, well, one arrow down here, I gotta uncross my eyes for a minute.
Maybe. And then that person, once you are done with that, you have to go send that to somebody else who then goes and goes, yeah, that looks like it could be. And if they say no, then you have to get a third opinion.
Yes.
Which usually you don't have three people that know about fingerprints.
Are into this, yes.
It's a different whole department that you have to go to, a whole different police department, and be like, hey, can I borrow your
latent print examiner? I need help.
Yeah.
It's
wild.
This is the hard part.
Because there was a major case that I worked. It was a kidnapping in a vehicle, and I had lifted some fingerprints from the vehicle, and I was like, I think it's this one. And then a coworker of mine said, nope, I disagree. And I'm like,
oh man, then that just kind of goes, all right. And then you just can't agree, and you can't convince each other otherwise.
Yeah. And so then I was like, but I'm like 98% certain. So I was like, I'm going to send this off to a third party. Third party agrees with me.
There you go.
And I'm like, okay. So now I got a chief's commendation because my fingerprint solved the kidnapping case. But I'm like,
oh, look at you.
The fact that you can sit there and have two different opinions on the same thing. Yeah. And then have to get a third opinion. And it's like, well, you really hope that third opinion knows what the hell they're talking about.
Now, the question is, are they going to start doing AIs with fingerprints?
Okay, if that's a thing, I quit. I'm just exiting the planet at this point. If AI starts doing fingerprints,
you're going to start comparing fingerprints. Going, hey, are these the same? I mean, but how wrong is AI going to be? That could be really, really crazy.
So the AI that we had, at least back then, it was smart enough to give you a top 20 list of potentials. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I think I've gone over that.
Yeah, to where you didn't have you're known, and then 7 billion other people. Yes. So it was smart enough to give you the top 20 potential, and then it was up to you as the examiner to go through all 20 and either eliminate or confirm.
Yes.
And so that was nice. And then I could see like advancements in technology for like scanning fingerprints for inmates when they get into the jail.
Oh yeah.
Better. But I know personally, I would never, ever, ever, ever trust AI to sit there and be like, yep, that's exactly who it is.
Yeah. You kind of have to have that human factor in there, and realize that, I mean, as much as technology advances,
you still have to have the human.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think you're going to be sending a robot in to try and collect evidence. It's just not going to happen.
I hope not. Because even police mess up the evidence.
I'm
if
sure.
Human police can mess it up, I know a fake robot will. Because I always make fun of firefighters. Okay. They are evidence destroyers.
Oh, I'm sure.
And so I will always be like, all right, let me see your boots.
Yeah. So what'd you step on?
Or they'll be like, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I hate you.
Don't make fun of my work.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, this has been a fantastic conversation.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. If you ever need anything, I'm a holler away. I will send
my savior.
I'll send you everything I know, and then I'll keep you in the loop of what I hear.
Yes, and it's been great having a professional or used to be professional opinion on everything, and giving me some insights on how everything is, and making sure that this is what I want, but it's. You don't want to give up. Yeah. You don't want to keep giving up, and you just want to keep plugging along and choosing and as a friend told me, she goes, the right job will find you. Yes. And I'm like, okay.
That's easier said than done.
Well, where is it? I'm getting a little impatient, but I appreciate this so much.
Of course. It has been an honor.
Oh, wonderful.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Yay. I love it. Oh my gosh.